Today we're practicing our C major scale. Welcome back. Welcome to the studio. My name is Cassie and I'm a professional violist and teaching artist. So this is my first video in a series of practice your scales with me videos, and I hope you really find them useful. Before we begin our scales, I just wanted to have a quick talk about how I practice scales and the things that I do technique-wise that I think make it really useful. So I have my tuner on and I'm trying to be as in tune with each note as possible without adjusting. Now if you notice that your pitches are not matching mine, instead of adjusting your finger and kind of fishing around for the note, I want you to stop, lift it off, and reset it. I know this is easier said than done, and you may need to pause the video and, go back and repeat a section if you're always missing, for instance, your second finger. Maybe it's a little bit too low. But fishing around for notes just teaches us to fish around for notes. It doesn't actually teach us where the note lies on the fingerboard. So it's really important that you don't go fishing for those notes. The other thing that I don't do is I don't do vibrato. I know it might be tempting, and I know maybe your teacher has told you to do your scales with vibrato, but I like to keep those two techniques separate. So if I need to practice my vibrato, I might use a scale to practice vibrato. But when I vibrate the note, I can't really tell what the true pitch is, and I'm really working on perfecting my intonation with my scales. The other thing I want to focus on is my bow. So because we're starting out with 2 beats per bow, I want to use a full bow, so from the frog to the tip on each stroke. As I decrease the rhythm, so when I go to 1 beat and an 1/8 note per bow, I'm going to be using less bow and heading more towards the middle of the bow. And the reason we do this is because it's really hard to use a full bow for an 1/8 note, and it doesn't really give us the best sound. We want to make a nice, true, rich sound when we're working on our scales. And this really helps our intonation. So if your bow is making kind of a fishy sound, a wispy, it's fishtailing all over the place, we're not really getting what the true pitch is. So I'm going to make sure that my hair is flat by keeping my thumb and my pinky curved. And I'm going to make a nice rich sound, staying right in the middle between the bridge and the fingerboard. I think if you do these same things at home, you're going to have the best experience when you practice your scale. So those are just some things to keep in mind before we get started with our scale practice. We're starting with our C major scale, and I'm going to list the sequence down below, but if you want to jump ahead to any part of it, I'm going to post timestamps in the description, so check those out if you're interested. Additionally, if you're interested in my fingerings for any of these scales, check out my Patreon page. I'll be posting all my fingerings there. Thank you so much to all of my current patrons for your support. It really means the world to me. So we're starting with our C major scale. We're going to do our lowest octave first, so starting on our open C string. For each scale, we're going to start out with 2 beats per bow, then 1 beat per bow, then 1/8 notes. So I will say the sequence as we do it. We're starting on that open C string, and I'm going to set my metronome up. So 2 beats per bow first. 1, 2, ready, go. Back down. One beat. Eighth notes. Now that we've completed our first octave, we're going to do 2 octaves in the exact same way. So I'm starting on my open C string, and I'm going to low 2 on the A string. Just a quick reminder, on my lowest 2 strings, I've got high 2s. On my top 2 strings, I've got low 2s. And we're going to use the same rhythmic sequence. We're going to start with 2 beats per bow, 1 beat per bow, and then 1/8 notes, and we never repeat the top note. I will count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. onto our 3-octave scale. It's the same exact rhythmic sequence. I will count to 4 and we will begin. 1, 2, 2 beats per bow. This video useful. Thank you so much for practicing your scales with me today. If you have other rhythms that you like to practice your scales with or other bowings, please post those in the comments below and I'll be sure to make an updated video with those additional bowings and rhythms that you're interested in. Happy practicing.